Good morning and good Saturday to you all. Okay, maybe it's not morning here in England, but somewhere in the world it's going to be morning. So good morning to you guys, good afternoon to the rest of you, and maybe it's evening somewhere else. Good evening to you guys too. I hope you guys are all fantastically well. This Timo, okay, right, I made a bit of a light-hearted joke about it. It's Timo time, for those of you who remember the Chico time from the X Factor days. It is indeed, it sounds like, it is indeed Timo time. This news, I know already, is going to come up with very mixed reviews. Some may feel really underwhelmed. I'm trying to rationalise my thinking with the Timo Werner coming to Spurs. According to a lot of media's, Sky Sports have announced it as well, that it's a 6-month loan with Timo coming our way. How do I meet this news? Well, I think the one that Ange Postecoglou, I believe, wants is Jota. Okay, I think, you know, it's very documented how well he thinks of him as a player, and maybe the price tag for him to come into Spurs might not be the kind of price that the Spurs board wanna pay for him. And that's a different subject. I'm not even going to get into that. I'm just going to here to talk to you about Timo, guys. Timo in a 6-month loan fills an area which has been missing since we've had the injuries of both Perisic and Solomon. I know Solomon's coming back and that will take time, but Timo hasn't played a lot this season for his team in Germany, and maybe he's looking a bit more game time. With Son not going to be around till probably, if they go all the way, South Korea goes all the way, he's not going to be available till the 10th of Feb, I believe. So it's quite a bit, you know, quite a time to have that void on the left-hand side. And why not? Timo can play up front as well. I think that's the area that we're looking to fill for the. So it's really, it's a stopgap. Now, a stopgap means that in that 6 months that he's with us, if he doesn't do as well, which is probably what a lot of us, you know, are probably thinking. I'm just saying it, guys. We're probably thinking that, given his Chelsea experience and how it worked out for there. But, you know, it could go that way for sure. It could go that way. And then if that is the case, we just send him back, right? Because we've only got him on a 6-month deal. If it does work out, then we could probably get him on a cheap. That's the scenarios. Nonetheless, I completely and utterly would agree with those that think, well, that's really a punt. It's a massive gamble. I agree. It is a massive gamble. But the players that are looking to move in January would be two. One, a player that isn't playing enough in his current team would be looking to move on. Two, if the money received by the club that has the player is one that they deem acceptable to let the player go. Because no teams that are fighting for anything in particular, depending on what they're fighting for, relegation, challenging for Europa, whatever, or Champions League, or looking to win the league, are going to depart from the players unless the player doesn't feel, you know, feels like a new challenge coming on, or the club receive an offer that they can't refuse, or the player wants to move on because he's not playing enough. Those are the kind of situations we're going to find. So Timo fits in the fact that he's not playing enough for his team right now. Where do I sit with this, guys? I'm not too sure. Obviously, I'm fully aware of his time at Chelsea. It wasn't the greatest time. I do feel that if we were to play, let's say Son was available, I do feel Son will be playing up front as the number 9 and not Richarlison, and Timo will be playing on the left-hand side. If that was the scenario, I could take that between now and the end of the season, because playing on the left, you're not as pressured as playing as a number 9 to scoring goals. So it could work. It could work, and maybe with the attacking way that we have here at Spurs, and the confidence that Ange gives his players, it could work for the likes of Timo Werner. But it is a punt nonetheless. Again, it's a name that's come out of nowhere. Come out, not a single media outlet, ITK, even and nobody, no, absolutely nobody. We've all been looking out, focusing on the Dragusin deal, which we don't know if it's going to happen or not. Napoli have got themselves involved. Some are saying that it looks like he's going to head that way. Others are saying that it's not something that worries Spurs. The player, it looks like, wants to come to the Premier League. We shall see, guys. It's up in the air, and that's why I've not spoken about it much. There's not really much to really say until it's, you know, it's virtually done, which is what's happening with Timo, which is why I'm doing a video on him. Like I said, he's going to fill in for Son on the left-hand side because we have real shortages of players that can play there. And Timo, with Jota, seems it's not going to be happening. We've decided to go with a stopgap loan. Everybody, YouTubers, and it's going to be half and half. Some of them are going to be underwhelmed. Others are going to be like, you know what, let's go for it. And I'm not sure how this plays out. I don't even know myself how I feel about it, because it is a massive punt. It is a gamble. If it pays off and we get a cheap deal out of it at the end of the 6 months, and it does really well in the long term, then it's worked out brilliantly for us. If it doesn't, then you know, who's accountable for it? The board, the manager that signed it off? Who? Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments below. Like, comment and subscribe. And as always, forever always, come on you Spurs.